Only 3 people inside that arena knew who Bruce Lee was. The 80-year-old karate grandmaster on stage didn't. The Japanese tournament officials didn't. The 600 spectators packed into the Kuramai Kokugikan Hall didn't. Not a single judge sitting behind the scorer's table recognized the young Chinese man in the gray suit, 3rd row, seat number 7. That was about to change. In the next 6 minutes, an undefeated 80-year-old karate legend would make the worst mistake of his 60-year career. He would grab the wrong man's collar, and 600 people would witness something so shocking, so unbelievable, that the Tokyo martial arts community would talk about it for the next 3 decades. This is what really happened in the autumn of 1966. This is the story Japan tried to forget. Tokyo, Japan, Kuramai Kokugikan Hall, autumn 1966, Saturday evening, 6:30 p.m. The 9th All-Japan Karate Championship is reaching its climax. This isn't a local competition. This is the most prestigious karate event in the world, the birthplace of karate hosting its finest warriors. Competitors from every major Japanese university, every major dojo, Shotokan, Kyokushin, Goju-ryu, Shito-ryu, the 4 pillars of Japanese karate all represented, all fighting for supremacy on home soil. 600 spectators filled the arena. But this isn't a casual crowd. This is Japanese martial arts royalty. Dojo masters who've trained since before the war. University professors who teach Bushido philosophy. Retired military officers who learned karate in the Imperial Army. Corporate executives who sponsor dojos across Tokyo. Their wives, their senior students. Everyone wearing dark suits, sitting perfectly upright. Disciplined, respectful. Japanese etiquette at its finest. The smell of old wood and fresh tatami mats fills the hall. The sharp crack of bare feet on hardwood echoes between rounds. Referees bark commands in formal Japanese. Hajime, Yame, Ippon. The atmosphere is heavy with tradition, with history, with national pride. This is Japan's martial art, Japan's tournament, Japan's stage. And on that stage, preparing for the evening's special demonstration, is the man everyone came to see. Master Takeshi Yamamoto. Not his real name, but his reputation is very real. Yamamoto is 80 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 155 pounds. His body is thin, wiry, hardened by 6 decades of daily training. His hands are weapons. His knuckles are flattened, calcified, deformed from 60 years of makiwara striking post practice. Each knuckle tells a story. Each callus is a chapter. He has been hitting that wooden post every single day since 1906. His white GI is immaculate, perfectly pressed. His black belt is faded almost to gray. In karate, a faded belt means something. It means the belt is old. The training is older. The dedication is ancient. A new black belt is a student. A faded black belt is a master. Yamamoto's belt is nearly white again from age. That tells you everything. But here is what no one in that arena knew. The man Yamamoto was about to choose from the audience had already fought 12 real fights before his 22nd birthday. Won all of them, most in under 30 seconds. And tonight, sitting in that 3rd row in a gray suit, he was carrying a secret that would turn this demonstration into something Yamamoto's 60-year career never prepared him for. Yamamoto is a living legend, not a celebrity, not a showman. A legend in the truest Japanese sense. The kind of man other masters bow to. The kind of man whose name is spoken with reverence in every dojo, from Osaka to Sapporo. He began training in karate in 1906. The year the great San Francisco earthquake shook America, Yamamoto was shaking a makiwara post in Okinawa. He was 20 years old then. Now he is 80. 60 years of unbroken training. Not a single day missed. Not in war, not in sickness, not in grief. Not when Tokyo burned in 1945. Not when his dojo was destroyed by American firebombs. He rebuilt it with his own hands and resumed training the same week. His competition record is the stuff of myth. 34 official bouts, 34 victories, 0 defeats. He retired from competition in 1938 at the age of 52, undefeated. But retirement from competition didn't mean retirement from dominance. Every year at the All Japan Championship, Yamamoto performs a special demonstration. It's the highlight of the event, more anticipated than the finals themselves. He demonstrates traditional Okinawan karate, ancient techniques that predate modern sport karate by centuries, techniques that were designed not for tournaments but for killing. His demonstrations are famous for one thing: audience participation, but not the kind you volunteer for. Yamamoto picks someone from the audience, always a man, always someone who looks strong, confident, capable. He brings them on stage. He demonstrates techniques on them, controlled, precise, but painful enough to make the point. The audience loves it. The volunteer endures it. It's tradition. It's entertainment. It's Yamamoto showing that at 80 years old, he can still dominate any man in the room. And for 14 consecutive years he has. No one has ever resisted. No one has ever complained. No one has ever fought back. You don't fight back against a living legend. You accept the honor of being chosen, and you endure. Tonight is different. Tonight, there is a stranger in the audience, third row. Seat number 7. A young man in a gray suit. He looks out of place among the Japanese businessmen and karate masters. He's clearly not Japanese. Chinese, maybe. Young, mid-20s, small frame. Maybe 5'7", maybe 140 pounds. Clean-shaven, sharp eyes, very sharp eyes. He sits with a calm that seems unusual for a foreigner at a Japanese karate event. No nervousness, no tourist excitement, just quiet observation, watching everything, studying, processing. Next to him sits an older American man, James Yim Lee. No relation. James is Bruce Lee's close friend, training partner, and the man who helped publish Bruce's first book on Wing Chun. James lives in Oakland, but travels with Bruce occasionally. He arranged the invitation. A friend of a tournament organizer. 2 seats, third row. No special treatment. No VIP announcement. Just 2 men watching karate. James Yim Lee knew this was a mistake. Not Bruce being here. Bruce being here was fine. The mistake was Yamamoto. Because James had seen what happens when someone grabs Bruce Lee without permission. He saw it happen once in Oakland. The man's wrist was never the same again. And tonight, in this arena full of Japanese karate masters, James was about to watch it happen again. Except this time, the man doing the grabbing was an 80-year-old national treasure, and Bruce Lee was the only person in the world who could decide what happened next. Bruce Lee is 26 years old. He arrived in Tokyo 3 days ago, not for this tournament. He came to meet with a Hong Kong film producer about a possible movie role. The meeting went nowhere. The producer wanted a typical kung fu actor. Flashy kicks, exaggerated poses, opera-style fighting. Bruce wanted something different, something real. The meeting lasted 20 minutes. The producer said he would call. He never did. But James had heard about the All Japan Championship through martial arts contacts. He suggested they attend. Bruce agreed. He wanted to see Japanese karate at its highest level. Not the Americanized version he saw in California tournaments. Not the diluted sport karate spreading across the United States. The real thing. Japanese karate on Japanese soil, performed by Japanese masters who learned from Okinawan founders. The source, the origin? Bruce is not here to fight, not here to prove anything, not here to challenge anyone. He is here to learn, to observe, to understand. This is who Bruce Lee is in 1966, not yet famous. The Green Hornet has just started airing on American television. He plays Kato, the masked sidekick. The show is moderately popular. Bruce's performance is the best thing about it. His fight scenes are electric, so fast that cameramen have to ask him to slow down because the camera cannot capture his speed. But in Japan, nobody watches American television. Nobody knows the Green Hornet. Nobody knows Kato. Nobody knows Bruce Lee. He is invisible here, anonymous, just a young Chinese man in a gray suit watching karate. And he is watching carefully. His eyes move constantly, following techniques, analyzing stances, measuring distances, calculating timing. His brain is cataloging everything. This is what Bruce does. Every martial art he encounters becomes data. Every movement becomes information. Every fighter becomes a case study. He doesn't just watch martial arts, he deconstructs them. The tournament finals end. A young Shotokan fighter wins the heavyweight division. The crowd applauds politely. Formal, restrained, Japanese. Then Mr. Nakamura, the head tournament official, takes the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, we now present the highlight of this evening, a special demonstration by our most revered master, living national treasure of Japanese karate. 60 years of unbroken dedication, 34 victories, 0 defeats. Please welcome Master Takeshi Yamamoto. The arena erupts, not while cheering. Deep, respectful applause. Some older masters stand, a sign of profound respect in Japanese culture. You don't stand for just anyone. You stand for a master among masters. Yamamoto walks to center stage. His steps are slow but precise, each foot placement deliberate, controlled. Even his walk is karate. His posture is perfect despite his age, spine straight, shoulders back, eyes forward. He moves like a man half his age. No, he moves like a predator at any age. The applause continues until he reaches center stage. He bows to the judges. They bow deeper. He bows to the audience. They bow from their seats. What happened next took exactly 11 seconds. In those 11 seconds, an 80-year-old undefeated karate master would grab a stranger's collar, throw his deadliest strike, and for the first time in 6 decades, feel something his training never taught him to handle. Those 11 seconds changed 2 men's lives forever, and every single person in that arena would remember exactly where they were sitting when it happened. The demonstration begins. Yamamoto performs kata, ancient forms, not the modern tournament kata that scores points. Old Okinawan kata, pasai, kusanku, movements that carried the weight of centuries. His body moves with a precision that defies his age. Each strike snaps. Each block is absolute. Each turn is exact. The audience watches in reverent silence. Some younger karatekas lean forward, studying, trying to memorize what they're seeing. They know this knowledge is disappearing. When Yamamoto dies, these forms may die with him. He finishes the kata, bows, applause, deep, genuine, grateful applause. Then Yamamoto does something that makes the audience shift in their seats. He walks to the edge of the stage, looks down at the audience, scanning. This is the moment everyone knows is coming. The selection. Yamamoto is choosing his volunteer. His eyes move across the front row. Japanese businessmen, karate masters, they've seen this before. Some subtly avoid eye contact, not from fear, from respect. Being chosen is an honor, but it's also painful. Yamamoto's demonstrations are not gentle, they are real, controlled enough not to injure, hard enough to leave bruises, hard enough to make grown men wince on stage in front of 600 people. Yamamoto's eyes skip the front row, move to the second row, more of the same. Dark suits, serious faces, Japanese, familiar. Then his eyes reach the third row, and they stop. Seat number 7. The young man in the gray suit, the one who doesn't belong, the foreigner. Yamamoto stares at Bruce Lee for 5 full seconds. Bruce stares back. No flinching, no looking away, no subtle headshake that says, "Please don't pick me." Just direct, calm eye contact. 2 martial artists looking at each other across 15 feet of arena space. One is 80 years old, with 60 years of karate mastery behind him. The other is 26 years old with something behind his eyes that Yamamoto cannot quite read. Yamamoto points. "You?" The word is in Japanese, anata, but the pointing finger is universal. Everyone in the arena turns to look at seat number 7. Bruce doesn't move immediately. James Yim Lee grabs his arm, whispers in Cantonese, "Don't do it. We're guests here." "This isn't our place," Bruce whispers back. He pointed at me. "It would be disrespectful to refuse." James shakes his head. "It would be more disrespectful to do what I think you're going to do." Bruce almost smiles. "Almost. I'll be respectful, I promise." He stands, adjusts his suit jacket, buttons the top button, a small gesture, precise, deliberate, like everything Bruce Lee does. He steps into the aisle. The audience watches this foreigner rise from his seat. Murmurs ripple through the hall. Who is he? Chinese? What is a Chinese man doing at the All-Japan Championship? Is he a martial artist? He doesn't look like a martial artist. He looks like a businessman. A young one, a small one. Bruce walks toward the stage. His steps are unhurried, natural, no swagger, no hesitation, just a man walking. But those 3 people in the arena who know him, they see something the others don't. They see the way his weight stays centered with each step. They see how his feet never cross, never tangle, always balanced. They see a man who could change direction in any instant, who could strike from any position, who is never not ready. His walk is a fighting stance in motion, but only trained eyes can see it. He reaches the stage, climbs the 3 wooden steps. His leather shoes make a soft sound on the old hardwood. He stands before Yamamoto. The visual contrast is immediate. Yamamoto in his white gi, faded black belt, barefoot, 80 years of karate written on his body. Bruce in a gray business suit, leather shoes, no visible indication of any martial arts training. He looks like a young executive who wandered onto the wrong stage. The audience sees a master and a civilian, a wolf and a lamb. They feel sorry for the young Chinese man. He doesn't know what he's in for. Yamamoto studies Bruce up close. His old eyes are sharp. He notices something. The young man's forearms, visible below his rolled suit sleeves, are unusually developed, thick, corded, not bodybuilder muscles, functional muscles, trained muscles, the kind of forearms you get from hitting things, from gripping things, from years of specific repetitive handwork. Yamamoto has seen forearms like this before. On other martial artists, his expression doesn't change, but a flicker of something crosses his eyes. Curiosity, maybe caution. It passes quickly. He is Yamamoto. He has dominated men for 60 years. Forearms mean nothing against 60 years of karate. Yamamoto begins his demonstration. He turns to the audience and speaks in Japanese. This young man has volunteered to assist in my demonstration of classical Okinawan control techniques. The audience applauds politely. Bruce stands still. waiting, patient. His hands hang naturally at his sides, relaxed, open, but not limp. There's a difference between relaxed and unprepared that most people cannot see. Bruce's hands are relaxed. Bruce's hands are never unprepared. Yamamoto turns back to Bruce. Without warning, without announcement, without the courtesy of explanation, his right hand shoots forward. He grabs Bruce's collar, left side, just below the throat. His grip is iron. 60 years of Makiwara training compressed into 5 fingers on gray fabric. He pulls Bruce forward and down, off balance, a classical judo-influenced karate technique. Kuzushi, breaking balance, the foundation of control. The audience nods. They've seen this before, every year. Yamamoto grabs, pulls, demonstrates a series of strikes and locks on the unresisting volunteer. The volunteer stumbles, gets controlled, endures, bows, and sits down with bruises and a story. That's how it always goes. That's what's supposed to happen. But Bruce Lee's collar does not respond the way collars are supposed to respond. Yamamoto pulls. Bruce doesn't stumble, doesn't fall forward, doesn't lose balance. His body absorbs the pull like water absorbs a stone. The energy enters him and disappears. His root is too deep. His center is too stable. His structure, the thing Wing Chun practitioners spend years developing, is too perfect. Yamamoto pulls harder. Nothing. Bruce moves with the pull, not against it. He doesn't resist. He redirects. The energy goes somewhere, but not where Yamamoto wants it to go. The old master's eyes narrow. This is wrong. This isn't how volunteers respond. Volunteers stumble. Volunteers panic. Volunteers grab at the hand on their collar and try to pry it off. This young man is doing none of those things. He is standing, breathing, calm. 3 seconds have passed since Yamamoto grabbed the collar. 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, Yamamoto has learned more about this stranger than he could learn in 3 hours of conversation. This man is trained. This man is rooted. This man is dangerous. But Yamamoto is committed now. 600 people are watching. He cannot release the collar and walk away. He is the master. He must demonstrate. He must control. He adjusts his grip, pulls at a different angle, tries to twist Bruce's body, turn his center line, break his structure from a different direction. Bruce rotates with the twist. Perfectly. His feet adjust beneath him. Micro movements. Invisible to the audience. Visible only to the 3 people who understand what they're seeing. Dan Inosanto is not in this audience. James Yim Lee is. And James is gripping his own knees so hard his knuckles are white. He knows what Bruce can do. He knows what Bruce is choosing not to do. Right now, in this moment, Bruce Lee could end this demonstration in half a second. He could trap the grabbing hand, strike the elbow joint, and have Yamamoto on the ground before the old man processed what happened. He could use Chisao sensitivity to read the energy in Yamamoto's arm, find the opening, and deliver a straight blast to the center line that would stop the heart of a younger man. He could do 7 different things, all of them devastating, all of them instantaneous. He is choosing to do none of them. He is being respectful. He promised James. He promised himself. But Yamamoto doesn't know this. Yamamoto knows only that his technique is not working. For the first time in 14 years of demonstrations, his volunteer is not cooperating, not resisting, not fighting, just not cooperating. There is a profound difference. Resistance is force against force. Non-cooperation is the absence of the expected response. It is worse than resistance. You can overcome resistance with more force. You cannot overcome absence with anything. Yamamoto makes a decision. He will escalate. If the pull doesn't work, the strike will. He will show this young man what 60 years of Okinawan karate feels like. Yamamoto's left hand rises, open palm, aimed at Bruce's chest, a shote palm strike, one of the oldest techniques in Okinawan karate, designed to crack ribs, designed to stop hearts. Yamamoto has broken boards with this strike, broken bricks, broken the spirit of every man who ever felt it. His palm drives forward, fast for an 80-year-old, genuinely fast. The audience holds its breath. They know this strike. They know its power. Bruce's right hand moves, not a block, not a parry, something else entirely. His hand intercepts Yamamoto's wrist, not grabbing, not slapping, intercepting, redirecting. The palm strike that was aimed at Bruce's chest slides past his body, misses by 2 inches. The energy that was meant to crack ribs dissipates into empty air. Yamamoto's eyes widen imperceptibly, but they widen. He felt something in that interception, something he has never felt before. The young man's hand didn't use force. It used sensitivity. It read the direction of the strike, matched its speed, and guided it away. Like a river guiding a fallen leaf. No force, just flow. The audience doesn't fully understand what happened. They saw Yamamoto strike. They saw the strike miss. Some think Yamamoto missed intentionally. A demonstration. Controlled. They don't realize that Yamamoto never misses, that Yamamoto intended full contact, that a 26-year-old Chinese man in a gray suit just neutralized a technique that has been destroying men since 1906. Yamamoto tries again. A second strike, faster, harder, more committed, same result. Bruce's hand guides it away. Effortless, smooth, like he has done this 10,000 times, because he has. This is Chisao, sticking hands, the core of Wing Chun training. Bruce has been practicing this since he was 16 years old, under Ip Man in Hong Kong. 10 years of developing sensitivity so refined that his hands can read intention through touch. He doesn't need to see the strike. He feels it. Through the contact point on Yamamoto's wrist, Bruce can feel the old man's weight shifting, his muscles tensing, his shoulder rotating. He knows what's coming before it's launched. Yamamoto steps back, releases Bruce's collar. The first time in 14 years he has released a volunteer before completing his demonstration. The hall is silent. Something has gone wrong, or something has gone very right, depending on where you're sitting. Bruce stands exactly where he was, hasn't moved his feet, hasn't shifted his position. His suit is slightly wrinkled where Yamamoto grabbed the collar. That's the only evidence that anything happened. No sweat on his forehead, no heavy breathing, no adrenaline flush. Just a young man in a gray suit standing calmly on stage while an 80-year-old karate legend processes what just occurred. Yamamoto looks at Bruce. Really looks. Not at his suit, not at his size, at his eyes. And in those eyes, Yamamoto sees something he recognizes. He has seen it in his own mirror for 60 years. Mastery. Yamamoto does something no one in that arena expects. He bows. Not a small bow, not a courtesy bow, a deep bow, waist level, the kind of bow a master gives to an equal, the kind of bow that in Japanese martial arts culture means, I recognize you. The 600 spectators gasp, audibly. Some cover their mouths. In 60 years of public life, Yamamoto has never bowed to anyone below the rank of 8th Dan. He has never bowed to a foreigner. He has never bowed to a man in a suit. He is bowing now to a 26-year-old Chinese stranger whose name he doesn't even know. Bruce bows back, equally deep, equally respectful. Two martial artists from different worlds, different cultures, different generations, finding common ground in the language that needs no translation. Respect between warriors. The audience is frozen. They don't understand what they're witnessing, but they feel it, the weight of it, the significance. Yamamoto speaks. His voice is quiet. Only Bruce and the front rows can hear. In Japanese, translated later by James Yim Lee. Who are you? I am Bruce Lee. I practice Chinese martial arts. Yamamoto nods slowly. Your hands. I have never felt hands like yours. What is this sensitivity? It is called Chi Sao, sticking hands. It is the foundation of Wing Chun Kung Fu. Yamamoto is silent for a moment. Then he says something that shocks the few people close enough to hear. I have been training for 60 years. Tonight, I have felt something I cannot defeat with karate. Bruce responds carefully, respectfully. It is not about defeating, Master. It is about understanding. Your karate is extraordinary. I felt your power, your precision, your decades of dedication through your hands. I simply practice a different path up the same mountain. Yamamoto stares at him for a long moment. Then the old master smiles. For the first time that evening, a small smile, but real. He turns to the audience, takes the microphone from the stunned Mr. Nakamura. He speaks in formal Japanese. His voice carries across the silent arena. Tonight, I intended to demonstrate the superiority of Okinawan karate. Instead, I have been given a demonstration myself. This young man possesses skill I cannot explain, and sensitivity I have never encountered. I do not know his art, but I know mastery when I feel it. Please show him the respect he has shown me. The arena is still for 3 long seconds. Then applause begins, slow at first, uncertain, building, growing, until 600 people are clapping, not because they understand what happened, but because Yamamoto told them to respect it. And they respect Yamamoto. Bruce bows once more to the master, once to the audience, walks off the stage, down the 3 wooden steps, back through the 3rd row, sits down in seat number 7. James Yim Lee is staring at him. That was the most incredible thing I have ever seen. Bruce straightens his collar, the one Yamamoto grabbed, smooths the wrinkle, adjusts his suit jacket. The next demonstration is starting. We should watch. That was Bruce Lee in 1966, before the fame, before the films, before the legend. Just a young man in a gray suit who walked onto a stage in Tokyo and changed an 80-year-old master's understanding of martial arts without throwing a single punch. 600 witnesses, 3 who knew, 1 who grabbed, 1 who didn't need to. Autumn 1966, Tokyo, Japan. The night karate bowed to Kung Fu.